All right, here we go. We have our next problem. It says a four-cylinder aircraft engine has a cylinder bore of 2.78 inches and is 7.25 inches deep. Okay, so we have that on our drawing here. We do know what the bore is. The bore is just the diameter of this cylinder, or this hole, basically, right? So it's 2.78 inches, and it is 7.25 inches deep. So the height of the cylinder is 7.25 inches. Okay, with the piston on bottom dead center, the top of the piston measures 2.25 inches from the bottom of the cylinder. What is the approximate piston displacement of this engine? So remember, when we're talking about displacement, we're just trying to get the volume that the piston makes as it goes from bottom dead center to top dead center. And that distance is called the stroke. So here's our piston. When it's at the very bottom of the furthest it can go down in the cylinder, it's saying that it's 2.25 inches above the bottom lip. So this problem is a little tricky because it didn't give us the stroke, but because it gave us the height of the cylinder, and there is an assumption that we have to make that the piston is going to move all the way up to the very top lip of the cylinder. But with that assumption made, we can find the distance of the stroke. So we're going to take our 7.25, the total height of the cylinder, and subtract our 2.2, which is where the top of the piston is located when it's at bottom dead center, and that's going to come out to be 5 inches. So we know that our stroke is 5 inches. So with that being said, again, remember that our displacement is a volume. So imagine this cylinder is full of air and fuel, or whatever it's full of right here. So right now there's no displacement happening. All the volume is in that cylinder. But as the piston moves up to its top dead center, what happens is that piston has pushed all the air out of, or displaced that air out of the cylinder. So that's what we're looking for, our displacement. Okay, so perfect. Let's just go back here. We'll just leave this one on. All right, so we've learned in geometry section that the volume of any shape, any three-dimensional shape, we can find if we get the area of the top, like in this case here, the area of the top, which is a circle. So we need to know the area of the circle equation times the height will give us that volume. So perfect. Let's go ahead and go to our, what is the equation for area of a circle? So I personally just like to memorize 1, and it's pi r squared. But the bore is not the radius, it's the diameter, right? So all we have to do is divide the radius by 2. So in my calculator, again, I'm using the TI-36X Pro. I'm going to hit pi. So pi is located near the 7, a couple up. It says complex on top. Pi, then I'm going to hit open parentheses. So I hit open parentheses, then I hit the fraction button, which is located above 7, and it's going to open with these 2 empty boxes. In the top box, I'm going to put the bore, 2.78. I'm going to scroll down and do 2, because I'm dividing that by 2. I'm going to hit the right arrow key and do a close parentheses. And then I'm going to hit my squared button, which is to the left of 7. Then I hit enter, and the area comes out to be 6.0698, ... It just continues on. Perfect. So we know that to find the volume, we have the area. We just need to now multiply by the height. So I don't have any rounding error. I'm just going to go ahead and just hit multiplication on my calculator. It's going to say answer times. Then I hit 5, hit enter, and the volume comes out to be 30.349, ... It keeps going on. And this is going to be in inches cubed. Remember, in aviation, we use cubic inches for displacement. It's CID for short. Your cars, you may be more used to liter, which is a volume. But perfect. Here's the one caveat here as well. So when we're talking engine displacement, we're talking about for the total engine. So we've only calculated the displacement for a single cylinder. So how many cylinders are there? There's 4 of them. So on my calculator, I need to hit times 4. And then the total displacement of this engine is going to come out to 121.397 dot dot dot. At this point, I'll just go ahead and round up to 121 cubic inch displacement.